So when I was a wee little kid, I was an awkward little boy. Like, I was very, very awkward. And you might not know it now because I'm a social little fucking butterfly, boys. Kinda. But back in the day, I was just a ball filled with anxiety and just nervousness. And to give you an example of my anxiety, sometimes people would come up to me and be like, yo, you're like cute. I like you. And I would be like, they're lying to me. They're lying to me so they could make fun of me. And then we would start dating. We would go on a date together. And they would be like, I would like to be your girlfriend or boyfriend. But, like, I didn't really have that until much later. So, like, I guess girlfriend. Now. And I would be like, they're lying to me so they could get close to me so they could fucking humiliate me. I know it. I know it to be true. No one actually likes me. That's a depressing thing for a child to go through, but I was going through it, you know? So, needless to say, I have a lot of awkward dating stories, you know? And I'm going to spill all of the embarrassing anxiety I went through as a middle schooler to you, and I hope you enjoy my pain, because I didn't. So, have fun with that. But basically, we'll start with a small boy. You know, we'll start with a small boy and then we'll go bigger and bigger, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But the first thing I could remember was I was just stanced up in my engineering class. I was just proper sitting, you know? Proper sitting, boys. And this really, really cute popular girl comes up to me. And I don't understand if this is a compliment or not, and I still don't. But she comes up to me and she's like, you're really cute for a nerd. If you were less nerdy, I'd like you a lot. And I was like, huh? And I just, like, after that class, I just was thinking. I just sat on the bench and thunk about it. I was just thunking about life. And I was like, huh? Is that a compliment? Is that a... I don't know. So, anyways... Let's switch over. So this one also derives from the engineering class. If you remember, I did make a video about this. The Mr. Thompson Randy Savage story. I don't know what I called it. I got a double detention because I pranked my teacher and put her face on Randy Savage, and I put World War II in the background and made it gay. And I got 3 detentions for that. So I was stanced up in detention, and I was just reading my book, because there's not much to do in detention, you know, it's boring for a reason. So I was just reading my little book, and this girl just keeps looking at me, just, you know? And I was just like, alright. And I look up, and I'm like, oh, she's drawing an Angry Bird, that's cool. Once detention gets out, she gives the picture to me, and she's like, I drew you a picture. And I look, and I was like, oh, that's not Angry Bird at all. That's me with, like, red hair that's, like, on fire for some reason. And I was like, ooh, thanks, you know? And, like, 7th grade me was judgmental, and also didn't realize that 7th grade wasn't, like, enough time to fully develop your art skills. So, like, I looked at that, and I was like, damn, this is shit. But she was doing great. She was just in, like, 7th grade or whatever the fuck we were back in the day, you know? So I looked at this and I was like, ooh, thanks. And I was like, that's really cool of you. And she's like, yeah, anytime. And I was like, and then we just sat in an awkward silence for a hot minute. And I was like, ooh, I really like it a lot. And she's like, I like you a lot too. And I was like, ooh. And she's like, do you want to go on a date with me? I was like, yeah. And then I just didn't, because I'm a bad person. Or I used to be. I'm working on it now. I'm doing fucking great now. But I used to have less morals, you know? So sorry about that 7th grade person that I said I was going to go on a date with. Yeah, probably cool as fuck now, you know? But back in the day, I was just dick. You know? And let's move on to the spicy shit. So, in 7th grade, I was a wee little lad that had no idea what the fuck was going on at any time and always, you know? And for some ungodly reason, the most popular 8th grader in the school fucking liked me. And I didn't know why. I still don't know why. Because I didn't fucking talk to her. Every time she came up to me, I was so nervous because she was so fucking pretty and popular. And I was a fucking nerd outcast. Like, I had like 2 friends, you know? And like, That's about it. And I was just there. And then she was just like, I like you. And I was like, thanks. And like, I would overthink everything. So basically, um, she liked me for some ungodly reason. So I don't. We went to a football game and played catch, and that's how we got to know each other. And then I was bragging to my friends about like this popular girl, the popular girl that was like in love with me, and I was like, oh my god, I'm such a cool boy. I'm like, popular girls love me because I'm so cool and sexy and amazing. And they were just like, yeah right, buddy, yeah right. And then eventually she came up to me and they were like, holy fuck, it's real. It's real. And then we started talking. I don't know how the fuck it happened, but then she asked me on a date. And my first reaction was, ah shit, she's just using me so she can make fun of me, so she can be more popular. This is obviously how it works. She's gonna prank the local nerd so then she could fucking look cooler. But in reality, she was dope as shit and actually like liked me and stuff, but I just couldn't comprehend it because my 7th grade anxiety didn't know how to function around girls, you know? So like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but the first date goes around and she's like, yo, pull up to my house. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. We're getting laid, boys. We did not get laid. We did not even get fucking close. So I go around and I hang out with the popular like 8th graders, and there's this giant guy and his girlfriend. He's like fucking jacked, and he's like, let's play catch. So then we fucking throw the football around, you know, and I am not saying a word because I am just paralyzed with anxiety because I thought it was just gonna be me and her, which is enough anxiety by itself because she's the popular pretty girl, and I was just paralyzed because I'm a 7th grade wee little boy. And now I'm surrounded by 3 fucking popular pretty kids that are all rich as fuck. And I'm like, how the fuck do I communicate? Because, like, they're like, football, popular shit, yeah. And I'm like, do you want to learn about Dungeons and Dragons and Game Grumps and Legend of Zelda? No, not at all. Okay, I don't know what to talk about now. So, the date wasn't doing all too good. You know, I just was kind of, stanced up at the time, and I had tics, and I went sometimes, you know, and so like I did that once, and we were under the mistletoe where I was too scared to do anything. So then they were like, ooh, did you kiss under the mistletoe? And she goes, no, but I want to. And then I was like, oh, I hope you find someone to kiss. And then she just laughs, and I don't know why she's laughing. And I missed my opportunity, boys. For some reason, I went into that date thinking I was gonna get laid or something. We did not even get a kiss. There was literally a time where she was like, I would like someone to kiss me. I'm on a date with a person. I wonder who will kiss me under this mistletoe, who I am right next to. We are right next to each other on this mistletoe. I wonder who's going to kiss me right now. And I was like, nope, not today, maybe another day. And then she goes... We were on a walk, and I remember she goes, so what kind of music do you like? And I was like, and I was deathly afraid of, like, giving the wrong answer, because I was like, if she knows my music taste, she'll realize I'm a nerd, and then she'll never love me again. She'll never love me. So, she was like, what kind of music taste do you like? And I was like, I don't like music. And she's like, oh, really? That's funny. Do you want to listen to some of my music? And then we listened to music. So anyways, that date didn't really go well, and, I was just filled with anxiety all the time when I was around her, and, like, I don't know why she liked me, but for some ungodly reason she did, and it only gets worse. So, the other day, so I was, like, going through all the possibilities of like asking her to be my girlfriend, like literally for like months. I would like to say it was less than that because like the signs were pretty obvious that she liked me, but it was like at least 2 months where after that day I was contemplating asking her out. We talked like basically every day in between classes, and it still took me months to gather up the courage. and I don't know if I even did it. So, but I do remember there was this one time where, like, there's something stuck in my mouth. I'm sorry for that. That's gross. But there was this one time where I was, like, stanced up with a homie, and, I remember we were watching this music video of a Legend of Zelda rap where the plot is this old man is like, hey, take the Master Sword. Haha, that's not the Master Sword. I painted my dick. Now you're touching my dick. And we thought it was funny as shit. Because, you know, old man sexually assaulting someone, that's peak comedy for me. Back in 7th grade, you know, but it was a funny song once you don't, like, realize what's happening, you know? So, like, it was just like, it's dangerous to go alone, take this, and it's a picture of his dick, and I was like, this is fucking peak comedy. And the girl I like sneaks up at the time, what are we gonna name her? We'll name her Addison, I guess. Addison sneaks up behind me at the time and is like, what you doing? I just turn off my phone and I go, nothing. And she's like, I want to see it. And I was like, no, you don't. And I just run away. Anyways, so her being very popular and pretty at the time, she, like, got a lot of attention from boys. And one of my good buddies at the time, not really one of my good buddies, but, like, what I thought was my good buddy, but I later learned he had ulterior motives, was telling me all this bad shit about her, but I was too dumb to comprehend what he meant. Because there was this one time, I remember we were walking home together, and I was like, you know Addison? And I was like, yeah, I'm dating her. And he's like, that's cool, that's cool. I'm so proud of you. You're doing so good. Not jealous at all, buddy. So, Addison, let's talk about her. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, you know she has, like, 3 STDs, right? And I was like, good for her. Fuck yeah. And he's like, it's a bad thing. And I was like, no, I know what an STD is. I didn't know what an STD is. And I remember him just, like, trying to convince me she was a bad person, that I should leave. And I just was too stupid to comprehend. She's like, he was like, she has STDs, you're gonna get one. And I was like, okay. And I had no idea, my brain was too small. So his foolish attempts of taking away my love were for naught. So anyways, there was this one time where she invited me to the 8th grade dance, you know, and I'm a 7th grader, and I had a lot of anxiety, so I was like, can I even go to the 8th grade dance? And she's like, you could go if you go with me. So the 8th grade dance pulls around, and I just, I look at it, I see all of the popular kids, I think of all of the possibilities, and I'm like, oh, she invited me at the 8th grade dance so she could humiliate me in front of all the 8th graders, and then I'll get bullied for the rest of my life. It will be tough. It will be tough, bullies. So I looked at the 8th grade dance, I saw her in her gorgeous dress, and I did not go because I'm a fucking idiot. I'm so sorry, Addison. If you're seeing this, I'm so fucking sorry. You deserve better. You deserve better. Especially with what's gonna come up. So, so eventually, we're at the Scholastic Book Fair, and she tries to corner me because, like, she wants to talk to me, and I just start avoiding her. And then eventually I stop paying attention. I look at the fucking, what's it called, the gaming, like, what's the one, you know, the world records, the world record book, gaming world records, whatever it's called, you know, the Guinness World Record books. I looked at that, but like gaming one, and there was like there's one picture of Laura Croft that was like the highest resolution picture I've ever seen of Laura Croft, and she had some nice STDs, and she was so pretty, so I was just looking at it, and I was just so distracted by the fucking Laura Croft Tomb Raider titties because they were so high resolution. I was like, I've never seen a motherfucker this pretty. And then she comes up and I was like, oh, there's a motherfucker that pretty. And then she was like, so what are we? And I just panic and walk away and avoid her for the rest of the year. And that's how we broke up, I guess. I'm not too proud of that. Looking back, I'm not really all that proud of what I did there. But you know, that's how it be. So anyways, now that that cringiness is out of the way, let's get on to my first kiss. This is gonna be great. So my first kiss, I get this girl that I really like, and she for our first date, she's like, let's go to my house and go inside my bed. And I was like, fuck yeah, we getting laid, boys. But we did get a kiss, so that's all that matters. So anyways, she was like, so what do you want to do inside my house? And I was panicking, because inside the living room there was a camera, and she's like, don't worry, that doesn't work. And I was like, because her parents were like, you know, inside the living room there was a camera, and I was just panicking. And I was like, anyways, so then we went to her bedroom, and she was like, so what do you want to do? And I was like, we could get food. And she's like, no, I don't want to go out, I want to stay here and do something with you. And I was like, we could play card games, there's card games right there. And she was like, no, I don't want to play card games, I'm too tired, I just want to lie in this bed and do something with you. And I was like, so then naturally she's like, okay, I'm really tired, so if you don't give me something to do in like 5 minutes, I'm gonna go to sleep. So naturally for the next hour I talked about my special interest, One Piece, and stuff like that. And then she's like, you're so funny and entertaining, it's a miracle I'm not falling asleep, but if you do not find something for me to do within the next 5 minutes, I'm going to fall asleep. So naturally I procrastinated for another 30 minutes, just talking her ass off about just life and stuff. And then eventually she just gets mad and she's just like, yo, fucking kiss me, you idiot. And I was like, you know? And we had our first kiss, and it was magical. And then we made out for like an hour, and I was like, that's very poggers. And then she was like, alright, gotta go, parents are coming. So then I skedaddled away, and then I remember like exiting the house, and as soon as I exited the house, I went like, and I just like I just put on some music and just ran home gleefully, you know, skedaddling, skipping around, skipping in the meadows, you know, as one does. I was just so happy. I was exuberated with excitement, boys. And yeah, that's basically my first kiss. And those are all of the times I failed dating. There's a ton more, don't worry, I'll probably upload some stories of my awkwardness later, but those are the main ones that I could think of right now. So if you like me being awkward, there's a shit more horribly embarrassing stories I've yet to tell you. So if you want to see me being embarrassed and crying and like going through hell because I had an anxiety-filled childhood, like, comment, subscribe, boys. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.